Hello everyone, welcome to another episode of Tech and Teach Unfiltered. A 26% tariff on India's imports into the US, a decision that has sent shockwaves through the economic and political circles. But why did Trump impose this tariff? And what does it mean for India's economy? And how will it impact India's global trade? Let's break it all down in today's video. On April 2nd, 2025, US President Donald Trump announced a series of new tariffs under the Reciprocal Trade Act. Among the biggest shocks were a 26% tariff on India's import duties to the US. According to Trump, this move is meant to counter India's high import duties on US, which he claims are unfair. But why is India specifically facing 26% tariff? There are three key reasons for that. Number one is trade imbalance. The US runs a trade deficit with India. In 2024, India exported $80 billion worth of goods to the US, while America only exported $30 billion to India. Number two is US tariff complaints. The Trump administration has always criticized India for its high tariffs. For example, India imposes 100% tariffs on agricultural goods of US and a 50% tariff on Harley-Davidson motorcycles. Number three is diplomatic and political factors. Despite being strategic allies, tensions over trade policies have been a recurring issue. The US wants a greater market access to India, and these tariffs have been a part of Trump's pressure tactics. Now let's understand how is this going to affect India. India's export-driven industries are going to feel the heat. Let's look at the sectors that are going to be hit the hardest. Number one is IT or information technology. India's major IT firms like TCS, Infosys, and Wipro serve American clients. A 26% tariff means that outsourcing to India will be less attractive. Number two is textile and apparels. Higher prices means that American retailers could source from cheaper alternatives. But Indian textiles might be in a slightly advantageous position compared to other countries, as Vietnam faces a staggering 46% tariff on its textile exports, and Bangladesh and China are subject to 37 and 34% tariff respectively. Number three is electronics and gems and jewelry. The most affected by this 26% tariffs are electronics and gems and jewelry sectors. The US imports nearly $14 billion worth of electronics and over $9 billion worth of gems and jewelry from India, making these sectors particularly vulnerable. Prior to this hike, the tariffs on Indian electronic goods were 0.41% and the gems and jewelry faced duties of around 2.1%. But not all sectors have been impacted by Trump's tariffs. Some sectors have been exempted, and they are pharmaceuticals and energy exports, which account for $9 billion in trades, and these sectors have been exempted from the new tariff structure. So what does this mean for Indian economy and how does it impact? Number one is decline in exports. A 26% tariff makes Indian goods more expensive in the US, leading to reduced demand and lower export revenues. Number two is job losses. Export-driven industries like IT and textile could see layoffs if companies lose business. Number three is slower economic growth. A decline in exports could slow down India's GDP growth, potentially affecting government revenues and foreign investments. So, how is India reacting to the tariffs? Number one is diplomatic negotiations. India's trade ministry called the tariffs a mixed bag and not a setback. The Federation of Indian Exports organization stated that India is in a better position compared to other countries. The CEO and Director General of FEIO, Ajay Sahai, told news agency PTI that, I quote, "We must assess the impact. But looking at the reciprocal tariffs imposed on other countries, we are in a lower band." Unquote. Number two is diversifying trade partners. India is strengthening trade with the European Union, the UAE, and the Southeast Asian nations to reduce the dependency on US. Number three is boosting domestic manufacturing. India may push its Make in India initiative further to counteract the impact on tariffs. But it's not only just India. Trump has imposed tariffs on multiple other countries, raising fear of trade war. The new tariff rates on other countries are China 34%, European Union 20%, Japan 24%, Vietnam 46%, etc. If other countries retaliate, global supply chain could suffer, affecting inflation, stock markets, and economic stability worldwide. The next few months will be crucial. Will India negotiate its way out? Will businesses adapt to the new trade barriers, or will we see the beginning of another trade war? What do you think about these tariffs? Will they hurt India more or the US? Let us know your thoughts in the comments below. And if you found this helpful, please don't forget to like, share, and subscribe.